coolant. I just put coolant in my backseat the other day. There's the floorboard behind your seat. There's a fucking puddle of coolant.
I know, I put my hand in it earlier looking for your stupid USB-C cord.
Oops.
Didn't tell me about it until just now. What's up, guys? So, you saw us at the sushi bar. We had a good fucking lunch and we're gonna start the day right. Next, we're gonna go figure out what's going on with his Mustang. You guys will see, and we have no clue as of right now. So if you guys know, please let me know down in the comments below, and I will try and let him know. Cool. So with all that said, yeah, it's got a weird running issue, and then once it runs fine. Then once you shut it off at temp, can't start it back up, but it'll crank. All kinds of weird stuff going on. You guys will see in the next clip. So all right, stay there.
Battery keeps shorting. There's a short somewhere, it keeps killing the battery, and then once I fire it up and it gets to operating temp, it just, you turn the car off and it won't start back up. And I've already changed the ICM and the ignition key switch. So I just kind of got everything just laying here right now. Got to do some wire tucking when I figure out what's wrong. Right now we're just going to set this kind of like this.
You should get the light on first.
I mean, I guess I should. I had a better way to do this.
That works. Just don't bump it. So these were the bolts that were backing out on your other one?
Yeah, on the orange car that...
Oh, okay. And that's why I shredded those belts. Y'all remember that video. If not, link probably here, or maybe there, or down there somewhere, or in the bio, I don't know.
These are taillight connectors. There's a ground here somewhere.
I'm
just gonna ground it here for now.
You're using a self-tapper for your ground?
Well, this was already in here, so I didn't do that. But yes. There it is. That's where it was grounded.
So, I don't know if you understood what he was explaining. Basically, we're hooking up the charging and headlight harness because he took it off to diagnose a parasitic drain on his battery. Now, obviously, the car would not charge the battery without it. So we've got to hook this back up, then we're going to fire it up and kill it and see if it can replicate the low start issue, and test a couple things, see if we can figure it out. If not, we're gonna be looking to you guys. So if you know what's going on, leave it in the comments below.
Where I'm buying a standalone harness.
Yeah. And so yeah, the main issue is not the battery's parasitic drain, because it does still crank over for a good while, but it's still no starting. Usually after it gets up to temperature. How many grounds do you think you can smash into one?
get a wrench for that. Yeah,
There's another crown. Okay, so harness is all but hooked up. Almost. Batteries connected. It'll fire. It'll run. Then when we kill it, it doesn't restart. So it's got no problem starting up. You'll hear it start just fine. So what do you think we're gonna do first? We're gonna shut it off quickly and then see how many times it takes?
I can start it and then turn it off and
see if it'll go right away. Yeah, try that. Oh, hold up. We got smoke.
From where?
Right around here or here or something. It smoked.
Was it here or over here?
I mean, it looked like it, but it couldn't be the ground, but it looked like it was going to go on the ground. Try again, I'll watch. Why it's not starting? Ground shouldn't stop it from not starting. Battery's dead?
No, I've had it. I just fully charged it. I haven't unplugged anything else but the harness.
It sounded like the battery was dead.
Trying to think of anything else I unplugged.
What's this?
AC.
Oh, okay.
More AC.
Okay. You sure? That power cable has definitely seen better days. Does look important though, right?
Yeah.
There you go. could ground that one right here.
Huh. Yeah. Let me see something. Because there should be no reason it should be firing. Yeah, the alternator's not hooked up to it. That's what I just unplugged.
Oh, yeah, so that wouldn't fucking do
So there was
anything.
definitely a short there somewhere on one of those two connectors. This connector
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
or this connector.
Well, this is the one where smoke came. This isn't even fucking run to anything, dog.
What the fuck is that?
Not run to anything.
There's a blue wire here somewhere that was cut. Maybe that's my whole fucking problem. It's right here somewhere. It's in this wiring. There's a blue wire.
Right here. Nope.
Hold on, it might be on this side.
Yeah, I don't see anything unconnected.
Maybe that's why my alternator's not charging.
No, these wires are all accounted for. It's these three. The ones coming off the alt. Wait a minute. The white one is connected. Okay, cool. Plug it in, and then we'll try and trace
If this
it.
goes to the alternator.
That's a ground.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's coming off the alternator.
Wait, you're right. This is that big power that comes off the alternator and should go back to the battery.
So should that go to positive?
Yeah, I would think it would.
Well, maybe that's my problem. I've been grinding it out. Because they said this green wire is the power wire.
What?
Yeah, that gives the power out to the battery. That's what all the forums have
That
said.
wire's tiny.
Which runs down to this.
Maybe it is then.
Maybe this needs to be a ground somewhere.
Maybe. That's a guess, though.
So it looks like I need a new alternator.
How could this be a ground if there's two wires in one? And they both come from the same harness. Only one wire from that connector right here. Of these three wires that come off of this connector, only one of them is going to need to be a ground. So why does two of them, these two, end up being bunched together on the ground? It doesn't make sense.
That's why.
And the power cable being so thin doesn't make sense. You want to try?
My battery's jumping up to like 18 volts.
What does that mean?
I don't know. My voltmeter just went up to 18.
How is that possible?
I know that's what it was showing in there.
No, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm asking how could that be happening? Because if that is a ground, it's not going to overcharge it. Right?
It shouldn't.
It's not possible for a ground to charge something.
I don't know, I just know I just shined my light in there and it went up to, it was at 18.
It was fully up, all the way up. I guess the question is, why, and is that a bad thing?
Hey, let's look at this before I go purchasing it.
So it's not doing the thing where it's not...
I haven't got it up to 10.
That's true. It's kind of scary getting it up to temp with the voltage being so high.
My battery light's on though.
You haven't turned the car over. Okay, so it's cold, and I think we've got it at least narrowed down to our issue. Couple wires that we found online. See, this is loose too. Like that could have been. You see that? Like that could have been why the light was on. But okay, so hurry up before I run out of battery. Just okay. So real quick, battery's gonna die, but we think we've narrowed it down. After a couple trial and errors, we've swapped around what we thought were grounds because
they're big black wires.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay. Hold on. So yeah, first off, we've got 3 wires coming from there. Only one of them needs to be a ground. This loom has 2 Dixie chained together, so I'm like, okay, it's probably not a ground. Let's try that. Boom, we tried that. Then we find out we've got this other connector that's not connected to anything. So all in all, what it's coming to look like, and this does not look like the factory wire. It's definitely not a factory connection. Some resistance there. Definitely not the factory connection on that bad boy. So what we're getting to is,
I'm buying a new harness and trying that. Definitely.
So that's just gonna at least eliminate all these possible variables, and once we know that we have a good harness, then we can actually start to diagnose. For now, I genuinely think that's gonna be the whole issue. It's probably grounded. It's probably grounded or shorted somewhere it doesn't need to be.
With the charged battery, it's firing up, but as soon as this kills the battery, or the battery was getting killed, it was having a hard time to start up.
Well, and the guy you got the chassis off of, you know, didn't give you a whole lot of info about why and all that. So
no, clearly he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, clearly whoever did this wiring job was not a registered electrician, to say the least. But yeah, so he's gonna get the new harness. We'll plug and play. Hopefully it'll fire right up, warm up, shut off, all that. We had a battery warning light that was coming on and going off and coming on as if every lobe changed.
Which I'm about to see if
it was
that harness off,
so
it
wild.
still fire up.
Well, I don't think if it didn't happen with the harness off before, it's not going to happen with the harness off now. Huh?
The harness is on though. That harness, I ain't got no battery light now.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. You started it earlier and you didn't complain about the battery light coming on.
It's definitely that harness.
Yeah, so it's definitely that. We'll get this thing ordered and thrown in there. Like I said, plug and play from then on. It should be smooth sailing, just a little bit of fine tuning. And
it's got a miss somewhere, but I might have to readjust the distributor. I kind of just dropped it in there from where the last one was sitting.
yeah, like I said, we've got some fine tuning still to do. Coolant, vacuum lines need to be perfected, and probably tuck this new harness. Whatever goes on, it's gonna be pretty sick. This thing's gonna look awesome by summer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely
So
gonna be at the next meet.
and yeah, it's gonna be at the next meet. We don't need to worry about summer to see it out. I'm just saying it's gonna be perfected.
Vacuum
Perfect.
with the side exit.
All right, stay there.